What if the biggest threat to your retirement is not the stock market, not inflation, and not even a scammer calling from overseas? What if it is something you agreed to yourself years ago, quietly draining your bank account every single month while you sleep? A recent study found that the average American over 60 is paying for at least 3 subscriptions they have completely forgotten about. 3. And when you add them up, we are talking about hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars a year, gone before you ever notice. Today, I am going to show you the 7 monthly subscriptions most likely stealing your retirement money right now and exactly how to stop them before they take another dollar. Let me tell you about Robert and Carol. They are a retired couple from Ohio. Careful people, responsible people, the kind of people who paid off their mortgage early and never carried a credit card balance. Last spring, they sat down together to go through their bank statement, something they had not done line by line in several months. They found a charge for a streaming service they stopped using 2 years ago. They found a software renewal for a laptop Carol replaced after it crashed. They found a wellness app their daughter had downloaded onto Robert's phone during a visit and never canceled. None of these charges were dramatic on their own. $8 here, $12 there, $22 every month like clockwork. But when they added it all up across 12 months, the total came to just over $900. Gone, quietly, automatically, with their own permission. And here's what I need you to understand. That is not a cautionary tale. That is Tuesday. A 2023 consumer spending analysis of more than 2,500 adults aged 55 and older found that people in that age group underestimated their monthly subscription spending by an average of 73%. Most believed they were spending around $40 a month on subscriptions. The real average was over $219. That gap is not carelessness. That is by design. Subscription billing is engineered to be invisible. Small amounts, vague labels, annual renewals timed to land when you are least likely to notice. You are not the problem here. The system is built this way on purpose. And the worst part? The 7 types I'm about to share with you are the ones most likely to target people in your exact situation. Now, I want to stop right here and address something I hear all the time. A lot of people watching this will think, subscription waste is a young person's problem. That is the thing that happens to people paying for gaming apps and trendy platforms they downloaded once and forgot about. Not me. I am more careful than that. Here is what I want you to know. That belief is exactly what makes this so dangerous. The subscriptions that are quietly bleeding retirement accounts are not the flashy ones. They are the ones that sound completely legitimate. Health monitoring services, financial newsletter memberships, identity protection plans, extended warranties billed every single month. These products are not designed for a 25-year-old. They are designed specifically for you. They speak your language. They promise security, peace of mind, and protection. Those are not weaknesses. Those are the values of someone who has worked hard and wants to hold on to what they built. And here is the second myth I want to bust right now. You might be thinking, I would notice if money was going missing. Research from a financial services oversight group found that charges between $8 and $29 per month are the least likely to be flagged by account holders during routine bank reviews. Not just by seniors, by anyone at any income level. And that is not a coincidence. That is a price point chosen deliberately because it flies under the radar. That is exactly the range where most of these 7 subscriptions live. So let me be clear. Your instincts are not broken. You were simply never warned that this specific category of financial drain even existed. Now, before I walk you through all 7, I want to tell you which one I consider the most dangerous. And I think it will genuinely surprise you. I am going to save that for number 1, so stay with me all the way through. But before we dive in, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment right now and tell me, how many subscriptions are you currently paying for? And have you ever found a forgotten charge on your statement that genuinely caught you off guard? Because I promise you, this happens to careful, financially aware people every single day. You are not alone in this. We read every comment on this channel, and we do our best to reply, so let us know what you find. And if you are already thinking of a subscription, you might have forgotten about, go ahead and hit that like button right now. You would be surprised how many people are in the exact same position. All right, let us count them down. Starting with number 7. Number 7, streaming service bundles you no longer use. Number 7 is streaming service bundles you no longer use. This one makes the list not because it is the most expensive, but because it is the most normalized. When a service is always sitting there on your screen, your brain assumes you must be using it. But a usage study found that adults over 60 with 3 or more streaming subscriptions actively use an average of just 1.4 of them regularly. That means at least one of yours may not have been touched in months. Here is the fix. Open your bank app, filter for recurring charges, and log into each streaming service to check the recently watched section. That viewing history does not lie. Pro tip: set a 15-minute subscription review reminder on the first of every month. That small habit alone could save you hundreds of dollars a year. Number 6, health and wellness apps with auto-renewing annual plans. Number 6 is health and wellness apps with auto-renewing annual plans. And this is the sneaky one. It only charges once a year, which means it almost never shows up during a routine monthly review. Apps for sleep tracking, medication reminders, and blood pressure logging often start as free trials and quietly convert into $79 to $149 annual charges. Between 2020 and 2023, consumer protection filings showed a 41% increase in auto-renewal complaints from adults over 55. Here is how to catch it. Go to your email and search the word renewal, then search subscription. Sort by date and scroll back at least 13 months. Pro tip: that single email search could put over $100 back in your pocket today. Number 5, identity theft protection services. You are doubling up on number 5 is identity theft protection you are already paying for twice. Many seniors carry a standalone identity protection service while their bank, credit card, or Medicare supplement plan includes the exact same benefit for free. The average cost of doubling up runs between $180 and $360 every single year. This week, call your bank and your credit card provider and ask directly whether identity monitoring is included. If it is, cancel the standalone service immediately. You are not losing protection. You are just stopping yourself from paying for the same thing twice. We are halfway through, and the next two are the ones that tend to make people the most frustrated because they were never really necessary in the first place. Real quick, before we continue, if anything in this video is already making you think of money you may have been losing without realizing it, do me a small favor and hit that like button right now. It costs you nothing, and it helps other people in your exact situation find this information when they need it most. And if you are not subscribed yet, now is a great time to do that. Every week, we put out content built specifically for where you are in life, protecting what you worked decades to earn. Now let us get into number 4. Number 4, credit monitoring services bundled with old credit cards. Number 4 is credit monitoring services bundled with old credit cards you may have forgotten you even carry. Many cards opened more than a decade ago quietly enrolled their customers in a monthly credit monitoring add-on at sign-up. It was buried in the terms, and the charge on your statement looks routine enough that most people never question it. Research shows that 1 in 5 adults over 60 is currently paying for at least one financial monitoring service they never consciously chose. At $12 to $24 per month, that is up to $288 a year for something you never asked for. Here is what to do. Pull out every card you carry, call the number on the back, and ask them to list every active add-on on your account. Pro tip: you can cancel every single one of these without closing the card or losing a single point on your credit score. Number 3, software and device protection plans. Number 3 is software and device protection plans. I call this one the ghost subscription because it keeps billing long after the device has left your life. That laptop from 2018, the tablet a family member set up for you, the printer that stopped working last year. Every one of those devices was likely enrolled at purchase in a monthly protection or cloud storage plan that is still billing you today. Open your App Store account on any device and check the active subscriptions section. Then search your email for receipts from Apple, Google, or Microsoft going back 2 to 3 years. The average annual waste found through this kind of audit runs between $120 and $240. Pro tip: if you cannot remember the last time you used a device, cancel every subscription tied to it before you do anything else. Now we are down to the final two. Number 2 is one most people would never suspect. And number 1 is the one I promised you at the beginning, the most dangerous subscription of all. Number 2, financial newsletter and investment advisory subscriptions. Number 2 is financial newsletter and investment advisory subscriptions. And I want to handle this one carefully because the instinct behind it is actually a good one. Wanting to stay informed about your money is smart. It is responsible. It is exactly the kind of thinking that helped you build the retirement you have. But that instinct has been spotted, packaged, and sold back to you at $29 to $99 every single month. Many seniors are currently paying for financial newsletters, market alert services, or investment tip platforms that sounded valuable at sign-up and have barely been opened since. A review of digital subscription cancellation requests found that financial content subscriptions ranked among the top 3 most regretted purchases by adults over 55. Not because the people who bought them were foolish, but because the value promised rarely matched the value delivered. Here is the one question I want you to ask yourself right now. In the past 90 days, have you made a single financial decision based on content from this service? One decision. If the answer is no, cancel it today. Not tomorrow. Today. And here is the pro tip. Official government financial education portals and established nonprofit consumer organizations provide guidance that is just as strong, often stronger, at absolutely zero cost. You do not need to pay for financial clarity. You just need to know where to look. Number 1, automatically renewed insurance add-ons and warranty extensions. And here we are. Number 1, the most dangerous subscription stealing your retirement money. And here is why it takes the top spot. Every other item on this list is easy to dismiss once you see it. A streaming service you forgot, an app you never used. Those are straightforward. But this one is different. This one feels like protection, and that is precisely what makes it so costly. Extended warranties on kitchen appliances. Supplemental insurance riders added quietly to a policy years ago. Roadside assistance add-ons billed every month. Accident protection plans on devices you replaced 2 years ago. These subscriptions do not feel like waste. They feel responsible. They speak directly to the part of you that worked hard for decades and wants to make sure everything you built stays safe. Research from a national consumer advocacy organization found that adults over 60 spend an estimated $4.8 billion every single year on warranty and protection products they either duplicate or never use. $4.8 billion. And the reason so much of it goes unnoticed is that most of these charges were authorized inside a contract signed at the point of purchase, often years ago, and never reviewed again. Here is how to audit this one. Set aside 30 minutes this week and pull together every insurance document and warranty agreement you have received in the past 3 years. Go through each one and ask whether it bills monthly or annually. Then check for overlap. Does your homeowner's insurance already cover that appliance? Does your credit card include purchase protection? Does your Medicare supplement plan already provide that benefit? The duplication is almost always there. You just have to look for it. Now, before I let you go, I want to leave you with something that goes beyond the money itself. Now, I want to step back from the list for a moment because I think there is something more important than any single subscription on it. Every dollar that has been quietly leaving your account every month was not just money. It was a dollar that was supposed to be there for you, for your health, for your security, for the life you spent decades building and protecting. Retirement security is not only about what you manage to save, it is equally about what you choose to keep. And here is what I want you to understand about yourself right now. The fact that you are watching this video, thinking critically about your finances, and taking this seriously puts you in a completely different category than most people. You are not passive. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are someone who pays attention. And that quality, that instinct to stay informed and stay in control, is exactly what protects everything you have worked for. So here is your action plan for this week. Set aside 30 minutes. Pull up your last 2 bank statements and your last 2 credit card statements. Write down every single recurring charge you find. Then ask 3 questions about each one. Do I use this? Do I need this? Is this already covered somewhere else? If the answer to any one of those 3 questions is no, cancel it before Friday. Not someday, before Friday. And with that, let me ask you a couple of questions before you go. Before you go, I have 2 questions for you, and I really do want to hear your answers. Which of these 7 subscriptions surprised you the most? And have you ever found a forgotten charge on your statement that genuinely stopped you in your tracks? Drop your answers in the comments below. There are people just like you in there right now, sharing what they found, and you might be surprised how much you recognize in each other's stories. Protecting your retirement is not about living in fear. It is simply about paying attention, and you are already doing that. I will see you in the next video where we keep doing exactly what we did today, protecting what you worked a lifetime to build. Take care of yourself.